All right, here's a video from TikTok that went viral after libs of TikTok posted it. It's almost hard to believe this is real, but it is real, and these people still exist in the world. Let's watch a little bit of this.
I don't remember the last time I went to see a movie because I don't love going to the movie theater. But I'll tell you what, it pisses me off that I can't go see Barbie. I want to go see it, even if it is white feminism. I want to be able to go. So I'm doing a thing. And if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you can do a thing with me. Here's what it is. Next week, which is July 31st, August 1st, someday next week on a weekday, I am renting out a theater in Northwest Portland. The entire theater. The whole theater. The theater seats 46 people, I think. We're only going to do 20 tickets. So me and 19 other people. That's it. In addition to that, there will be one employee. So the entire building, the entire cinema, is going to be one employee plus 20 attendees. That's it. We are the only people in the building, and every single person, including that employee, is going to be wearing an N95 the entire time. The employee's going to put it on before they enter the building. They've been chosen specifically for this purpose. They seem to get it. If you show up because you bought a ticket, I need to see a KN94 well-fitted, or a 95 well-fitted, or a P100. And if I see a baggy mask, I'm going to tell you to take it off and put on one that I hand you. I'm holding onto a bunch of masks. Choose the one you like best. There are no concessions during the movie. They're not even going to open it up. Do not bother bringing food or drinks. You may not take your mask off in the movie. If you need to scratch your nose or you need to take a sip of water, you need to get up, exit the theater, do that, and then come back. They're going to be medically fragile people there. This is their first opportunity in like 3.5 years, so we are not f***ing around here, folks. No kids that can't wear a mask solidly for 2 hours. Like, I'm not going to do little kids because I don't blame them, but it is what it is. This is going to be a morning showing. We are the first people in the building, so we will be in and out well before any other employees or other people.
Well, I mean, how can you turn down this invitation? This just sounds like a thrilling time at the movie theater. If you would like to get up early in the morning to go watch a 2.5-hour movie about Barbie with a bunch of lonely feminists who have not left their homes or apparently showered in 3.5 years, and if you would like to be alone in this haunted theater with these feminists, eating no snacks, wearing a muzzle the entire time, and required to leave the theater in order to scratch your nose. If you'd like to do that, then get in touch with this woman. I mean, it's a little late because I guess this already happened. So unfortunately, you missed out on that opportunity. But as she says, you know, you could do the same thing. Just sounds like actual hell. It's what hell would be for me. This is what Satan is watching this and getting all kinds of ideas, I think. Maybe Satan would actually be at the theater. You know, you never know. If you're hiring, you know that it's incredibly hard to attract top talent, and with the current labor market conditions, it's even harder than ever. That's why you want a partner like the ZipRecruiter who gets it. ZipRecruiter knows how tough it is right now, but they figured out solutions for the problems you're facing. Try them for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Walsh. To reach more of the right people, ZipRecruiter posts your job to 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter's smart technology finds great matches for your job and then lets you invite the most qualified people to apply for your job. Their price is really straightforward. You can stick to your budget with no surprises. Team up with a hiring partner like ZipRecruiter who understands what you need. 4 to 5 employers who post to ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Just go to this exclusive web address to try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/Walsh. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/WALSH. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. You watch that, I watched that, and there was a part of me, actually, I had to go to this woman's TikTok. I had to brave that. I had to make the perilous journey to her actual TikTok account because there's a part of me is like, this can't be real. Like, people are actually still living this way? Everything about it, this has to be a parody. Even the throwaway lines about, even though it is white feminism, it's like, you can't be a real person. This is AI. This is not, this is a joke. But what you realize is that, no, this is real. People really do live this way. And probably more people live this way than we would like to think. In fact, there was another tweet yesterday with a similar theme from a person who also appears to be real. This person tweeted, Relationship ending argument with my partner of 17 years. She stopped wearing a mask today. Let me make my own decisions and stop trying to control me, she said when I gave her the facts about the virus. I'm not trying to control. I'm trying to save everyone in this house. F everything. So this is someone who just, of course, he calls his, I don't know if it's his wife, but he's been with a woman for 17 years and refers to her as my partner. And broke off this romantic relationship of 17 years because she's not still wearing a mask 3.5 years later. And presumably we're talking about in the house. So he's been wearing a mask in his home like all the time for 3 years. Another thing that when you first see that, you think, well, it's got to be a parody. There's no way. How is this possible? But it is possible, and these people do exist because, as we talked about all throughout COVID, we learned a lot of things about human nature and about our leaders that run this country, and none of it was good. I'm afraid to say, the COVID experience and the lockdowns and everything that happened, it didn't teach us anything good about human nature, about people, about this country, about our culture, about society, about our government. All of it was quite bad. But I think the kind of the underlying lesson is that for a lot of people, COVID was the first time in their lives that they had confronted their mortality. And it's not because COVID posed for them this grave risk that they weren't already facing. As we know for a lot of people, you already have obesity. That's more likely to kill you. It's you drive around your car every day, you get in a car accident. But just COVID and the way that it was reported and the way that it was treated, all of that together, the hype around COVID meant that for a lot of these people, it was just the first time that they'd even thought about the fact that, I can die. I could actually die of something. They were mortal the whole time before that. They really never thought about it. And because in the modern world, you're able to live this very insulated life, and we don't talk about death, and we keep death away from us. We shield ourselves from it. It's not like the old days when if you got to adulthood, you would have seen people die around you. You're going to be around death. You're aware of it, right? You've got family members who are buried like on your property, and so there's no way to avoid it. But that's not the way we live in modern society. We're very insulated from the reality of death, and so for a lot of these people, the first time they'd ever even thought about it, and it's for a certain percentage of those people, it broke them. That confrontation with mortality broke them, and they haven't recovered, and they never will. Until they die, which they will, and it's not going to be COVID, it'll be something else, because it was always going to happen. So that's how you explain what you just saw there. Thanks for checking out this video. If you'd like to listen to my full podcast on the go, you can check out The Matt Walsh Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.